G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Fishing with the Captain. I'm your host Thomas Pinter and it is the time. The time has come. It is Cod Nationals. Now, months gone by I've been fishing some local events and been doing a fair bit of fishing. I've been a bit slack on the upload part because I'm really dialing in some things. Spending the time on the water and just making sure everything's spot on, whether it be technique or area on the water, type of water, finding the fish, even the gear. Gear has to be top notch because if you end up finding the fish, which I found out weeks gone past the event, and got let down. My own gear let me down. Found the fish, got connected to some proper big fish, which would have got me over the line, but my own gear, my own fault. I can't blame anyone but myself because it just wasn't thorough enough. So I'm actually going through this big mess. I've actually got boxes of stuff at home, boxes here where I'm condensing, and whether it be hard body lures, spinnerbaits, terminals, everything is top notch. Respooling rods, I've got 6 rods and so 6 reels that I need to re-spool, whether it be fluoro braid, running a mix of both. Different techniques play different lure styles and require different lines in different scenarios. Rods sitting there, they've even been washed, taking them in the shower, getting them a good scrub over because your wet line coming through the guides over time obviously dries up the water, and then you end up getting a bit of debris on your eyelets and stuff like that, especially fluoro. Fluoro can be very susceptible to a bit of damage, very easily get damaged. So instead of being that beautiful, clear, supple colour as well, it starts to get a tinge of white. Usually you get that after pulling a few big fish or it's been stretched and been worked out, but it can happen even if you're just sporting, you're doing 2 sessions in, just throwing lures around, it can already start to be fatigued. So off it comes, fresh going on. This is a good example. That is like opaque. Now we sort of compare that to something like that. I don't know, it's a bit hard to see. It's got that crystal, bit of a clear tinge to it. That's fresh. That's old. Coming off some old braid. Look at this. Braid is lost all its colour. It's actually started to fray in some spots. I've got a few hours here. A few hours today, maybe a few hours tomorrow, but it needs to be done. Not only that's just the gear side of things. Now we've started pushing into sounder updates, battery terminals, wiring. Batteries themselves need a quick once over. Motor. What else is there? Sharpening the prop. Now this is something that got overlooked a lot, is your electric motor prop. Hit it with a file, get that edge nice and sharp, just cutting that weed a lot more efficiently, and it reduces drag and you don't suck as much battery out, and you get a lot more out of your battery, especially if you're fishing shallows or getting in the weed a bit. Keep that edge sharp. Good morning. It is not as bright and early. It is just on 7 o'clock. Yeah, the plan was to come out here in comp time and find the fish, in the time that you can find them, no good finding them in areas where coming at first light, where they're hunting in certain spots. And then you get there during comp time, and while all the fish have moved on off their feeding grounds. So, and then you start bagging yourself in areas where you're finding them pre-tournament time. Well, it's pretty much a waste of time. So, what I will be doing, starting the hunt. As you can see, the sun just starting to kiss the horizon, but I'm starting to piss away a bit of time. I'm going to get Jet out of here, and yeah, next time you guys see me, I'll have a rod in my hand and making a cast. So, and I'll definitely be running through a lot of things today. Lure choice, why, where I am, and yeah, just going through the emotions, see what we can find. So I will run live for a little bit, and then just focuses on things that I've seen in some uncharted waters, and going to be doing a lot of hopping around, a lot of junk fishing here, there, throwing this, throwing that. So it's what it's about. You got to put feelers out there and see if you can find a pattern. Sun has literally just poked its head over just while I'm talking to you. So, all right, let's move. So we're just starting into the session, just rolling little shallow crankbaits. This is pretty much one of the better little carp imitators that I've got. I think it's a Storm or Rush. Yeah, it is. Little 10-foot bib on it. Nice tight shimmy action. You can crank it and rip it harder, especially when you lay down fishing. It doesn't really go that deep unless you troll it or get a monster casting. But if you think about it, most of the casts like probably up to 10 meters. So yeah, you only want to go down probably that 2 meter mark at most, and yeah, it doesn't damage if you punch in the ground, and that doesn't matter. Just means that the bib sits slightly down deeper and you can punch over timber a lot better, because a lot of shallow runners usually sit more horizontal instead of like this when they're cranking down. So shallow runner, you can find it'll actually catch onto timber a lot better instead of it being down on a steeper degree. You can actually swim, crack the bib and peel off and keep going again. So but that's the theory behind it, and that's how it has been working. Another thing I like is that they've got a bit of a through wire sort of a system, so you get a bigger one, doesn't crack the bib off, and you're still connected to the fish either way. So I'm running 25-pound leader. A lot of people think it's super light, but to be honest, a lot of the trees here are covered in moss and stuff like that. I'm not fishing rock, otherwise I would go up in class, but I'm pretty happy with that. Haven't had an issue. Helps you get a bit more dive depth if you need. Gets through the weed a lot easier instead of having a big thick line. You can actually, when you rip the rod, actually cuts the weed a bit more. Down in that bib, I'm only running 20-pound braid, Sunline Siglon, the X8. Yeah, just a 150 size bait caster. a little crankbait. Little fish to start.
Got him. Got him. It was that easy, eh? I have my net there set up. Play nice. Come on, buddy.
Nice fish. Maybe 74. Nice fish.
Let's get him back.
I was just on the mag draft, and that was a prime example. I've had them some days where the fish follow, and they just, when the lure's swimming nose down, no good. As soon as you start having the lure swimming more horizontal, the way it should be, they just jump on it. It's just that much more natural. There it is, and I'm also running the trebles on top of the head too. That one corner of the jaw, that one on the tongue. Got it done.
Got ya.
Oh, forgot to take the hooks out. This nice little is still, fuck, be 700. If not, he's very close. Yeah, very long fish. Just on the, this one was on the black and red Spinwright 5/8. Single flow. If you want to get your hands on your own, jump on Spinwright's Instagram page. Online, there's a link. Check out punch in Captain 20 and you get yourself 20% off your order. Makes a quality product from these small stuff bass yellows, these guys and beyond. Some cracking big fish too, so it's all right. I think the hooks can completely come out now. I've done a bit of a survey of the area now. I wanted to sting a couple fish just to get a bit, like I said, survey, find out what sort of fish are in the area.
Thank you for coming.
Now that I've done a bit of a survey, like I was saying, it's all about the survey. What I want to do is knuckle down. I don't want to be catching any more fish. All I want to be doing is getting bites. But then you say, oh, what do? Just take the stinger off? Well, no. Like this is another reason why I keep multiples of a single colour or something that, in case of losing it, obviously, but then you want to replace it, something that works. So what I like to do, grab the identical one off that's been working. Got a side cutters here, heavy duty side cutters. What I'm gonna do is I'm literally cutting the hook off pretty much just before it starts to become a shank. So that bit there, cut it off about there. So now I'm just left with that. So I'm just literally left with that. So just before the hook comes around, and what I want to do, you want a sort of a bit of a bulkier plastic. But I took nearly all my plastics out, so just got this little grub plastic. And all I want to do, you could leave the tail and that on there. I want to keep it relatively to what's been working. I don't want to change up too much, so what I want to do, pinch it off to there, just cut the plastic. I want to use the head part, the body part. Sounds like a bit of a bulky piece of plastic. All I want to do is push it on there. Push that on there, and that's all it is. Right? Reason for it will be apparent shortly. Right, that's on there. Now, oh shit, didn't grab it out. Now, I just got to grab something out quickly. Boxes, everything's labelled. In this box, got a bit of super glue. Pull that plastic just back a bit, give you a bit of room to work with. Glue behind the head and push it on. Push that on. Now, you might be thinking, why are you fishing it like that? All I want that plastic inside there to do is pretty much give the fish something to hold on to. So if I'm getting a bite, he might just smack it and get skirt, and obviously there's no hook in there. He's just going to slide off, and you might be second guessing if it's going to be a snag, or you just bumped a tree or whatever that you're casting. So that plastic in there gives it a bit of a meat to hold on to, and plan is for him to just slip off. Now I know it works very well. I've done it plenty of times. I'll do that bit of a hook keeper there just so it helps keep that plastic on there a little bit. You can bend that hook all the way back on itself. Actually, with this, I want to bend it just a little bit. Bend it a little bit sharper, maybe a little bit more. Slipped off. Okay, now it's at a right angle. And now all that's just going to do is just help keep that plastic on there. Yeah, so that's what I was getting bites on today, so I've done the same as that. I've actually got one in purple, white, you know, 3 or 4 or 4 of them that I have done this to. So, but that's their sole purpose, and well, I was dedicating a lure to do it, so in theory shouldn't even get snagged because you've got no hook points in it. So anyway, that's my tip for the morning. Off comes that one. This one goes on. All I do, I don't run anything fancy. I just run a just a uni knot loop 3-4 times through the hole, pull her up, and gonna be what outfit I like a slightly longer rod when throwing spinnerbaits, just because like you can feel the vibration a little bit more. You can flick the rod tip, ripping it through weed, hopping it over trees, and because you're casting a lot more quicker and thoroughly, you want your wrist does more of the work instead of doing big arm movements or double-handed movements. So that's him there. 25 pound fluoro leader and 20 pound Siglon X8 Sunline Siglon. So that's been the geo for me. The only shit thing is you got nowhere to hook it off to, so all good. Let's get back to it. Oh, that just worked absolute perfect. Just got a bite, just got slammed in there, and that's a waypoint. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, back from.
My daddy boat.
Okay, you want to jump on Daddy's boat? Yeah, hang on. Put that down for a second.
I push it down.
Now, just to recap the morning. Am I happy? Yeah. Various techniques too, so hard bodies. Got some spinner baits, swim baits. Not just on the live, but free casting too. And then running hookless, still getting bites, and it's a really small area and the caliber of fish. That's what I meant. You could be getting bites and thinking, oh yeah, we're on fish, but then they're all 50, maybe barely legal size fish. But when you stick a couple and then you go, all right, that's a bit of confirmation on what they are like or what they are, then start playing with the other techniques, and like I did, I chop the hook off. Yeah? Okay, Daddy.
Dip, Daddy.
Yeah.
Dip, Daddy.
Yeah.
Are
And then,
you gonna start?
all right, Daddy will come up. Daddy, come up.
Come on, Daddy. Come on,
I'm being told. Yeah. So overall, and they're not just legal fish too. They were a good class of fish. What's there?
Daddy.
Yeah.
In the ground.
On the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, and colour didn't matter, black and red or purple, natural coloured. I think colour is a big thing that a lot of people get hung up on too much. I just had the appropriate lure or whatever to go in the zone where it needed to be and do what it needed to do. So that's why I believe in that more. I believe what it's doing down there more than how many dots and how many stripes it's got.
Here,
Yeah.
Dad.
I was only out there for 3 hours, and yeah, found some fish. So, and it was all in calm time again. So I didn't go prime, so to speak, prime time during the morning or low light. I was out there, gentleman's hours almost, and found fish. So I've got something on through the day, so I'm a bit busy, so I couldn't spend all day. But that's all right. It sort of ticked a bit of something off the list. Tomorrow, I'm gonna actually a bit later on, maybe having lunch or after dinner, sit down, have a beer, and get in the iPad, jump on Chartwaters, Google Maps, and just again looking for the same sort of features, and yeah, try to replicate it. Try have spot A to D, E, F, G, just as a backup plan. Because yeah, I might remember it's a 4-day event. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, but consistency pays. Need that consistent result each day. If you fall over, you've got to make up for it. So, otherwise you can fall behind.
No.
Yeah. So cute. Alright. On that note, I'm gonna fill up the boat. Everything on charge. couple leaders, just a bit of a touch up some leaders, and a bit of a vacuum and a wash. So I'm playing Dad and Uncle today. Ice cream. You want ice cream? Yeah. Look. What do you say? Ellie? That's it, good girl. Morning, it's day 2 of practice, so we're just put the boat in, going after it. It's 6:45. I just want to be on spot X by the time it's tournament time and see how it progresses and unfolds. New area this time, just taking note of what was found yesterday and taking that into consideration, and go through the motions of process of elimination, survey it again, and and then change the hook list and see how we go. But anyway, we're gonna have a bit of fun, maybe play with a bit of live early, and then get to the grind.
Watch this. He's turned it, he's following me. I'm gonna wind it in a bit faster. Oh shit, he's gonna eat it. Oh fuck, he's gonna snap my rod. Jesus, what an accident that was. Started burning it. Uh-oh, just snapped the rod. Damn. Ah. Ah. I hope you enjoy that one, mate. So, how embarrassing that one is. Anyway, you off. I started burning it away from him and he still came back for it. He'd be good, he'd be touching 700. Let's get him back. I don't know, I'm speechless. It's so embarrassing. But I don't know, I don't think I've ever broken a rod before. I don't even know what to say or feel. Sort of wish I didn't even catch that fish, to be honest. This was a real favourite rod of mine. Of all days too. Got it. That is a big fish. have a good look at this fish. How's that? Beautiful fish. Healthy fish. Take note of that hook set. See the main hook's free swinging still? The mag draft, that top hook, that twin hook on the top of the head, absolutely crucial. Especially when they get him down deep, that's the first point of contact and gets him. Started dropping a couple fish on the belly treble, just running that. Wouldn't bother with a stinger out the back, but that one on the head, deadly. Ah, that was, there he goes. Teeth hooked into my skin. It's quick because, I don't know, I want to figure out more. It's officially comp time, well and truly in tournament time. So I didn't really want to catch this fish again. I started burning it, and I think that made him react and just shoot and tackled it head on. Lure's completely gone, so me winding it and him swimming at it just had him gagged on it straight away. There was no retrieve. It was just like, all right, he's interested, let's speed it up. And as I went to speed it up, I pretty much cranked into him and made it set the hook. But he's a good fish. Get him out, give you guys a look. That top hook again, that's 2 over 90 now, or the last 2 over 90. Corner of the jaw, those top hooks. Sometimes they're usually on the roof of the mouth while you're swimming in there, but he's inhaled it. And then yeah, just right corner of the jaw. That fish, super aggressive. Right, getting it towards him, and then I was like, he turned, made a movement in his body, and he wasn't spooked. I knew he was interested. And then I started like going a bit faster, and then old mate just thought I was playing cat and mouse, but really I was just trying to get away from him, and then bang. Just a quick update. Yeah, just sorted some shit on the boat. Yeah, can't say I've locked some shit in, but I can say I'm confident. What I'm going to be doing is with confidence. So I'm going to start playing around with other fields or other techniques and stuff, because I feel like I'm pretty happy with something that I've got going. So I'm going to start, as much as I want to keep going with it, whatever, I'm pretty much just pissing in my own pocket. I don't want to be burning my own water and stuff like that, which I accidentally already did a little bit. So I've seen plenty more fish, so I've just been driving over them. And some of the ones that the way they're staging up and the way they're holding through the water, I can tell they're very high, I can never guarantee it, but very high percentage I think I can get a bite out of some of those fish. Just the way they're positioned and what they're doing, their behaviour. I've been sitting off them like a long way, or 20-25 meters away, and just observing, and their behaviour is telling me that they're catchable fish. So I've just been, and then after watching for a little bit, for 3-4 minutes or so, whatever, driving on and moving on and keep looking for something else, and then just for a bit of reassurance every now and then I was throwing out just to see reactions. And out of the 3 I threw out, I got 2 fish to commit, and even those I'm trying to get it away from them and they're still chasing after it and creaming it. So yeah, so I'm confident about something. I'm semi-confident, not semi-confident, but I just want to expand on midday game plan. So what I was saying earlier about, I want to find those fish when they're actively feeding in tournament time instead of finding them at prime time, which is like obviously low light period and stuff. So now I'm going to be focusing on that midday grind. So okay, let's put plan A to D, A to Z, whatever, into it through its paces, lure styles and stuff. So but anyway, let's keep going. Heavy gear's going away. Might keep one on the deck, but then I'm gonna pull some other stuff out and start playing around. So looks good. Something also I love about these HES sounders, I've got my dual battery charger off my GoPro, the USB. There's a USB port just up in here in the back, that one there. So while I'm at the front and I'm fishing, I've got old mate there charging with me instead of having them all pre-charged and stuff. I believe it's only available on the 12 and the 16 live. You've got the USB port there on the back, so it's pretty handy, which I'll show you on this one. This is a 12 just in there, and that's actually what I've got running up and hooked up to this GoPro here. This one, literally you are running it off your house battery, so that is your pretty much your power hooked up to the boat. So that one in theory should never run out until your boat battery does, which it draws bugger all power. It just helps if say for instance you're on a hot bite or whatever and you don't want to be dicking around batteries. That one back there will just keep filming until you stop it. I've just got it on looping mode. So yeah, but again, look at this. Hang on, just while I've been sitting there, I've drifted like 50 meters from where I was before. Look at this. There's a big fish there on the bottom. Everything's taking me not to swing at it, throw a big swim bait, but it's hookless lure again. I think it's that time. Him. That's one. Now I've got to clean this mess up a bit. RIP. And I'm gonna be running that little crank again. What I'm gonna do, while I've got it out as well, I've got a box of terminal stuff here. Just what I was going to use for the event, so I didn't jam it full. These are the hooks that I run on top of the mag. They're the Pierce Brutals. They're from Ryuji. They're high quality Japanese Teflon. They're super strong. They do the job. They make it with 2.0 all the way down to a number 2. So there's all these different sizes. 2.0 again. I just run it on some Shout split rings. That one I was running it on right, yeah, number 5 heavy duty split ring. Nice and compact size. It's forged, it's pressed, so it's super strong. For its size, it's 114 pound, and then almost the equivalent in a lighter gauge. It's, see, these are 2 sizes bigger, but they're not heavy gauge and press, but they're only 105, and they're almost twice the size. So half the size, but the same weight rating. So, but just quickly take this bad boy off. These are little trebles I run on my little hards and stuff. The Shout straight point trebles, the 23. These are a bit heavier gauge. They make it a 21, which is a bit lighter gauge, but which would work alright on the smaller fish too. But I didn't mind the extra weight on these. So, and when they're this small, they're super fine hook point. They're sticky sharp. So I'm just gonna grab this. When I was adding that extra plastic in the spinnerbait just to feel the bite, you don't really need it with a hard body because there's enough on them to be able to feel it. I'm running a hookless crank. Just that one there again. It's been getting some nibs. Looks like really close to those little carp that have been spawned. It's got that natural colour to it, and not a bit of flash, but it's got that little bit of a pearl to it. So it actually looks really realistic. Actually, with the kids, I've got some shrimp nets at the back of the house and catching yabbies just for a bit of fun, and I'm catching a lot of little carp. Not much bigger than this, so they're all at 50 to probably 70 mil in size. And a couple of the fish I have caught have coughed up some bait, so definitely matching the house. Alright, let's go. Oh, Überraschung. Fuck, and I got another little nib. Had to be one in there. And this is why you be bloody careful. Old mate came in real close for a look. He's a good 3 foot. The red on him looks amazing. Such a beautiful animal. And that's as close as I'll get. Unreal. No amount of sunscreen is going to save you from that one. That's not the first one either. I'm seeing a fair bit of snake activity, but amazing how they dive down like that. It's pretty cool. I've only seen blacks though, red belly blacks. Seen a few of them now. He can stay over there. I'm going this way. Oh, there's another one. I can see you later. I knew that cast mattered. I had to get right in there. Ooh, straight away. Alright, well that's going to wrap up pre-fishing. Am I happy? Yeah. Just need to convert. There's always going to be someone else that is going to convert and you're not. Not good, but I'm going to be going out tomorrow with a plan and a bit of confidence in what we're doing. So it's going to be good. Well, I can only tell, can't predict the fish, can't make the fish eat, you can only try, and well, going to give it everything. A lot of terminal upgrading, trebles, rings back on, stingers, sharpening hooks, cleaning stuff up, changing blades on spinnerbaits. It's going to be a bit of a night, so, and then briefing as well, so get that out of the way, so come back, go to bed, get good sleep, and then all in tomorrow. Alright, let's do it. Let's give it a send. You're fishing with the captain. Yep. You wouldn't even go for 45.
It's going into nursery.
That's why I didn't want to come.
What do you mean? That's all they're doing.
Huh? First fish. The comp. Wouldn't even pay 40 centimeters. No, non-scorer. Minimum 50 centimeters for a score. So, first fish in the boat, still no score. First casting at the spot too. Up into that part of the tree.
Let's get out of it, Lewis.
That's why I don't want to fish that.
No, it's fine. All good.
Probably one of them stickers. got him. Good fish, good fish.
That's what I'm saying. Finally, endlich, verdammt. Is it or not?
Nah,
Is it, 50?
maybe.
No.
Oh, maybe 50.
We got him. That's the one.
At least we got him, man.
At least we fucking got him out of there.
Ah, he tried to eat the blade.
Yeah, he got chin hooked.
Oh, shit. That's how you can tell they're trying to eat the blade. Chin hooked.
Chin hook.
Outside in. That's why we were missing those bites.
This is what I'm saying. The fish is there, but it's too small.
Give him a quick, just. Nah, fuck no.
Put it there.
Oh!
Just under now. Don't.
Oh!
No, he's still on there.
No, you fucking.
Again, Thomas. You see, he wants it. He's going. He went down like, oh, himself was disappointed. Okay, now. Oh, fuck. Please. Oh, mate.
That's what that 60 looks like.
That's so close. You're so close. He's still there. Yes, now. Yeah, it's sick. Fucking hell. Endlich. I don't care if I don't catch anything, but fuck.
Maybe. No, small.
50.
But that's not the one I was looking at originally. The
This one's
other one's
saying.
bigger.
Thomas, let's go scoping a bit more. We might fucking hook us. It was the weeded area, no? It was full of weeds here, no?
Yeah.
Fuck, no dogs. Full of timber here, mate. Back up! It wouldn't be going anywhere if you wouldn't catch him.
I think there's a fish on this tree.
Sorry, I can't fish, yeah?
Yep, there he is.
That's it.
There he
Good
is.
stuff, Thomas.
Oh, he's off! That was a fucking good.
Tell you what, I wish there would be weed.
Oh, I watched him. Good fish. Good. Oh, he's pulling line. Net. Yeah, legal. All day.
Finally. Endlich, also.
I watched him in the swim.
Are you actually got him off the scope? Or?
There's a lay down going like this. And I thought I've seen something underneath it.
I've seen
And
it
I've
here.
seen him come out.
I've seen it here.
Oh.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, first point scoring fish. Nice 62 off a lay down deep. Fishing it with the active target. I lined up the tree, didn't even see the fish, but I made my lure run down along it and he came out of nowhere and smoked it. That's so good. Let's keep going.